No, 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 no. No, no, no. No, me vas a cortar el stream. No, Felipe, la vas a desconectar. Ahora no sé si se desconectó porque escuché un ruido. No puedo altavear para ver el OBS ahora. No tengo mouse. Vamos, pero vení a verlo conmigo, hater. Ah, chúpame la pija. Chúpame la pija. Overpass, overpass. Che, me está moviendo el coso, flaco.
No, 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 que me lo vas a romper. Te lo comiste. Sácalo. No, dale. No, dale.
Amigo, ya me rompiste el dedo de vuelta, ya se me va a hinchar, boludo. Siempre me agarras el dedo, amigo. No, mirá cómo se me puso ya, como un zapallo, boludo. Mirá, mirá, mirá cómo se me hinchó, mirá. ¿Por qué no me querés, boludo? ¿Ves que tengo un problema en el dedo? Mirá. ¿Pero ves cómo se me hinchó ya? Para mí lo tengo fisurado el dedo. Uf, vamos que vamos, ya estoy nervioso, la puta madre. Sí, ya estoy nervioso, amigo. No, no, el Dense no me puse nervioso.
There's a lot that I think is going to be on these guys' minds, and not having that kind of that stable, recognizable outside voice, I think will carry a lot of impact, and it makes me a little bit nervous, you know.
Vamos, vamos para Overpass, carajo, vamos para Overpass. Vamos, viejo, vamos, dale.
That extra pair of eyes to weigh in, so you do have a lot more to go off of in terms of having tenure, having
Bit, filo da puta. Ah, ellos tienen coach, tienen ventaja, amigo. Y su coach nos conoce en todos los mapas, boludo. Justo nos toca un coach que sabe todo lo que hacemos. ¿Y no tenemos coach? Tendinitis, ya me descansan. Chúpenme la pija, boludo. Ey, funen a Felipe, dijo Daundinitis. Subí el volumen. Si se escucha el stream, porque se escucha el stream. Si se escucha más mi voz, porque se escucha más mi voz. ¿Qué concha quieren que haga, gente? ¡Arranca! ¡Ya arranca el toque! Pistol round, señores. Arrancamos. No, arrancamos de TT, amigo. Ay, no, arrancamos de TT. Arrancamos de TT. Vamos, vamos que arranca, vamos. Bueno, 3 tirados para B, 1 liga, 1 baños. Nosotros haciendo un default, tranca, tranca palanca. Ya arrancan a rotar para A. Nosotros dominamos todo fondo, eso es bueno. Tenemos baño. Bueno, ya cantaron a Rox, le sacaron 10 de vida. Así que saca la info, Chelo que se mete en baño. Está con éxito, ojo. Uf, linda Max, primera baja del partido para 9Z. Quiere el trade wood. Flashea para baño. Uy, Luca. ¡Uy, piñó! ¡Piñó J! ¿Es un Flowels? No, no es un Flowels. ¡Vamos, y pistol, viejo, vamos! ¡Hay pistol! ¡Dale, Martín, dale! ¡Saca el corazón, viejo, dale! ¡Sos un viejo choto, hermano, dale! ¡Dale, Felipe, dale! ¡Vamos, viejo, vamos! ¡Chocá! ¡Dale, puto, dale, puto, dale, puto! ¡Tenemos el pistol, dale! ¡Dale la concha de tu madre, vamos! ¿Qué? ¿Que deje de chocar las manos?
No, no. El anterior mapa no para de chocarte y en el RMR.
Load up on the copium. I'll have what NA are smoking.
¿Que te choque siempre que ganamos una ronda? Ah. Bueno, scout para fondo. Feli, decime que tenés uno de tus vapos para darme.
No.
I wonder what Cello's smoking. He's got one out right now down here towards this B site.
Sí, cualquier cosa para hacer...
Monster.
Yeah, he's walking.
¿Qué cosito?
Yeah, just lobs that smoke in, lobs it up and over. And then once again, they kind of hedge their bets up towards this A side of the map, leaving B in the hands of just one man. They've said, Turtle, live up to your name, bud. That big shell on, that big blue shell, and turn this one around for us.
Getting cracked upon right now. Is it a blue or is it a green turtle shell?
¿Qué?
Harry? Will it be useful?
Ah,
Will it
tengo
be
un...
accurate, or will it just
Tengo una alarma de incendios enfrente.
smoke?
Bueno, uno solo en B, tirado en agua. No clearon agua. Buena de esto. Se cantó. Perfecto, de GT. Se planta tranca. Tenemos Simas moqueado. Tienen que salir por sin salida. Y van a guardar. Perfecto. Choca, choca, choca. Tenemos la segunda. Se van a guardar. Socagón. Mi BR Socagón.
At least gives them this force buy in back-to-back rounds.
Vamos, viejo, vamos. ¿Y el chat? ¿Dónde está el chat? ¿Dónde está el chat spameando? ¿Dónde está el chat, viejo? ¿Qué hacen, hermano? ¿Qué hago? ¿Qué hago, gente? ¿Dónde está el spam, boludo? Quiero spam. DGT in the corner, DGT in the corner, DGT in the corner, DGT in the corner. The bull Nadoti, the bull Nadoti. The cachorro rocks, the cachorro rocks, the cachorro rocks.
Only guy who's going to be lacking is Turtle 9Z. And with their second round, little bit of stoppage here, but that's all well and good. Not going to get that one sorted. We'll give you more info as it becomes available. But it's a nice start at 9Z, you know, like the pistol turnaround was good. The fact that they kind of, you know, they
Aposté a mi BR porque en dado caso que ganen, gano más puntos. Bueno, te voy a meter los puntos en el culo porque te voy a banear. Dale, ahí tenés tus puntos. Chao, ahí los tenés, tus puntitos. ¿Para qué los querés si estás baneado? Bajé el volumen. ¿De qué? ¿De mi voz o de qué? No grites. Buah, viejo. Vayan a ver el stream de Forgy, boludo. No me dejan ser yo, viejo. ¿Cómo no quieren que me la viva, boludo? Estoy jugando un Major, viejo. Estoy jugando un Major, hermano.
Lucan also won. AWP, you know, is going to be paramount on a map like Overpass, so we'll have to wait and see, especially on that CT side, what he can get up to. But for MIBR, they can take this as a sigh of relief, a moment of poise in the pause. Before they get back into what is, you know, a game that they're favoured in, but is certainly no, you know, I wouldn't look at this as a very one-sided matchup. History has been competitive, yet more often than not, MIBR coming out of on top in those head-to-heads, but even so, we know we've already set up what this means to 9Z, how they've already come further than any expectation, and that's only going to want you to keep that up and overperform. Nice start, but we're back in. MIBR can again afford
¿Por qué me spoileás?
around like this. It's 4 on 8 to begin. They do it twice. Turtle takes a smoke down lower. 9Z clear out connect. Going to take mid from top.
¿Qué hago? ¿Qué hago escondido atrás de la roca? ¿Me explican qué hago?
They are long though, because MIBR are moving up.
Bien, de GT, carajo.
That was like the one low investment player dealt with down at B, and it's the exact same setup as when they had the force buy last time, which was just Turtle alone at the B site, hope he can find something here, just get the info ahead of time, and then buy time for the rotations. You know, it means that this quad A lane is just going to be bypassed again by MIBR. This round should be pretty safe now. And he could, you know, doubt themselves. What are the odds that MIBR have done it again? That's what they're telling themselves, but they will still give it a look in. And uncover that this B site is clear. So they're going to move in, get that bomb down, solidify the 3-0, get the pistol, get the conversions. And already this is a good T-side start, right? The little freebies that 3 rounds going to give you can go a long way in the grand scheme of things.
Yeah, those are rough for MIBR. There's nothing worse than making back-to-back stacks and both times just getting out-red, right? Just a little creep into B for DGT, and that's all he needs to steal a couple of rounds away. Max in the middle. He's getting pounced upon, but it's not much of a save, even if MIBR are able to grab it. There's that armor. Lucan.
Linda Luca.
MIBR just respect it, knowing that Kevlar is key to that next rifle round.
Perfecto.
Ouch.
Clean.
Yeah, 9Z are looking pretty warm. I'll say that much.
Majestuoso.
Headshots to start the day. Obviously, they played Ents earlier on. Not an easy.
¿Qué va a hacer con la SCAU? ¿La va a tirar o la va a usar?
Managing 7 rounds on
La tira,
Mirage
perfecto.
for
Que gaste
MIBR.
economía.
It was a
M4.
30-rounder, of course, against
Bueno.
outsiders.
Round importante, ¿eh? Porque ya sacamos el bonus y ganamos esta.
Round here.
Aprovechando la Galil, la Mac 10. Aunque Rox tiró la Mac 10 y compró una acá. Perfecto, bueno. Tenemos round, señores. Tenemos round. Ah, no, le trocó la Mac 10 a Maxi. Maxi va a hacer el entry. ¿Qué vamos a hacer? ¿Vamos a atacar A?
What people did expect to see in that next stage, going 0-2 would not set them up to do the same.
Bueno, el GT se comió una de estos, quedó bastante tocado.
Oh my goodness, they are all about to collide.
Mirá vos, boludo.
It ends up being a little weird close-up 2v2. Rox!
Linda, Rox, al choto, cachorro.
With a double. And we find ourselves in a 3-on-3 after all, even the smoke spam
Al choto,
going
boludo,
a
al
long way.
choto.
Right, don't make this guy mad, you won't like it.
That's insane.
He's not meant to have just saved the day there.
Igual, cómo tomaron la smoke, revivido,
boludo. To a bit of a
Me
hold here for
encanta.
9Z. It's a moment of solace, right? They're able to slow this down.
Ahí lo vieron a DGT in the corner, va a tener que voltar.
The pressure kind of flip-flops back the other way, and it's MIBR now the ones with questions being posed.
Oh, I love this space taken from MIBR. They jump spot. Exit got all that info.
Ay, no hay nadie, boludo, vayamos
pushed
a...
up close short. This is going to MB. They're going back down through counter, regroup in lower.
Alguien tiene que rotar a... ¿Por qué nadie rota de ellos? Siguen jugando el stack, boludo.
So they go back up connector. No, yeah, it is that lower play. Woody's here though, tucked in. Exit can hear steps. And
Mirá vos,
Woody lines up
boludo,
two
madera.
with the bomb drop. DGT wasn't really poised
Qué
to help him
lástima,
out there. He
boludo.
wasn't in position to assist in any way.
Todos
So
B, boludo.
likely going to be left to save or just try and grab an AK at the very end through connector. But getting jump spots scared him completely out of position. And so far that he won't even
Y acá que pique
attempt
un AK y guarde.
to get anything back in this round. It's MIBR on the board. Nice double up for Woody.
Bueno, se guarda la Galil.
And yeah, it should have been a clean one after these 2 kills coming in through Monster with Jota and Turtle in
Bueno,
the tunnel.
3-1.
But a nice trade back. At least made that round look winnable for a moment.
Yeah, nothing more than a bit of false hope, you know. Dude,
Ahí al choto
really
se fue
clean
Rox.
out of Rox. Like, you got to give him credit for sprinting into the Lions
lástima,
den, looking them dead in the face, and still getting those trades on the guys who thought they'd embarrass 9Z on that little monster play. But in the end, it is still an MIBR round, just trying to delay the inevitable. Once again, the monster smoke is in, this time supplemented with a boosting con. And so
No,
as
vamos a usar nuestra
Max
propia
tries to go
arma,
and
boludo.
take that, he's cut down from
No.
the sidelines. Jota pushes the short side. DGT, as he attempts to scramble to get a trade, get an equalizer out on short. Also meets his maker. It hasn't left 9Z with a hell of a lot, right? They've got this double hold over in middle, a con man in Lucan as well. But it's going to need to be a big old ruse here, a big turnaround if 9Z somehow want to come out on top. Don't envy the position they're in at all, creeping up into the bathrooms. Rox and David side by side. Lucan, a little bit delayed, right? He's going all the way back for the T-spawn rotation. It's safer, but it is going to cost you in the time department. Spots in for Cello. Bomb now.
Nah, anda a cagar.
Exit going to help him out and follow up. And MIBR, they were just one step ahead in this one. Once they got that early
Tenemos que
opener
hacer eco,
down
¿no?
on short,
Sí.
they wasted no time in reinforcing that A side of the map. They had the info that there was no one else out on the short side. That comes from the boost and the aggression. And it's left 9Z saving again.
Yeah, in these last couple of 3v3s and 3v5s, there's often been that third man who's a little away from the pack, right? It helps if the entries come through on A, suddenly Lucan can kill rotates, but otherwise, look at how awkward this is. It's just a save with 2.5. Not even enough to drop over another AK-47. And that really is worst case scenario as his team just go gung-ho into the bomb site. Nice holds right now for MIBR, right? Not had a problem with crossfires, with stacks. Other than those little eco rounds, they've been on the money. Should be some sort of buy round.
¿Qué hacemos? ¿Se fuerza o no se fuerza?
DGT has enough for 2.
Se fuerza nomás.
So they'll field
bueno,
enough of a buy here on
ronda importante
esta.
esta.
Maybe a temptation to run a faster round as well. Just to catch MIBR off guard. Because right now, Triple A leaves a big gap open. They don't even smoke the molly. It's interesting. They run right through. They don't want to announce their presence in middle, but the flash will. Cello.
It's a bit of a shame that they're held back by that, because, you know, when you run the Molotov, it's because you don't want to give up, like you say, that you're there, that you're going quickly. They would have loved that early fight for free.
Exit cubriendo fondo.
Now out towards long. Exit. He's on an island here, right? He's going to have to get a lot done all alone. Lucan lining up this flash. David, this should be yours. Cello.
Ay, me
or
asusté.
Exit rather. So blind. The Cello's out of there from middle, retreating back from the divider. Woody. Down in Con. Has dropped the bomb. That is a nice kill for him to have gotten. If he can just get out of here now, get away in the 4-on-4,
Nice.
that is a win. Able to
Ay, el
elude
timing
capture by
casi lo agarra el
DGT's
GT.
late drop into Con. Cello's re-aggroing over here at short, pushed up to divider in the spam spot. Now, they're going quiet here, so they're probably not going to spam it. They don't want to announce their presence. But surely they check for it at least. Oh, the barrel.
No,
Not with Jota here. He's causing a problem. Backstab can come in. Turtle's not watching this. He's checking long. Jota gets 2. Rox is going to hunt him down at the reload. Jota buys as much time as he
Puta
can.
madre, boludo, la reputa madre.
Turtle to trade, and they never knew about the man tucked in at the spam spot. Cello, he has the bomb by his side. And Lucan again alone in one of these awkward 1v3s. He has to
tiene que
double
guardar, no puede hacer
save
nada.
it. He has really been out of position in some of these commitments where, you know, a 9Z, obviously you're expecting a little bit more success. They have been waltzing into A stacks, but, you know, if Lucan's with them, there's chances to trade, there's chances to make these rounds a little cleaner. Like, 9Z are so...
I mean, it's kind of cursed at this point,
Yeah, it's
isn't it?
saving for
Like,
next round, actually.
Arranca, vamos.
Bye round.
Media compra,
Maybe this is a really
pistol.
good chance for Lucan to get
Ah, no, ¿qué media compra? Hay una P250, una DK y luego el AK que guardó Lucan, así que
These A stacks have been really nice for MIBR. Now they go 4B, of course they do, as that would be the expectation.
David pasa aunque se come el daño, Rox rushea Liga.
The rest go late with some con control. Good space taken by MIBR. A lot of early information can free up some of these rotates again. Taking the time with that, but 9Z again have been really just as silent as they can, crawling through middle, going all the way up to divider before they even make contact.
Luca va a traer el contacto para tradear.
need to deal with what
Casi
we
no
just
tenemos
saw,
armas,
which is
así
the
que
constant short control. MIBR
es una ronda
very creative, that's why they have a lot of
que si
ideas as to
sacamos
how to go about getting it, but it's something they've had
golazo.
whenever they've wanted it, and that's a big problem for a T side. You know, so much of Overpass is kind of a war of information. I mean, every map is, but here, you know, there's a lot you can do once you've taken a key area like short away. You haven't even had to really try anything like mid-aggro yet, either, if you're MIBR. It's feeling pretty easy.
Mirá vos,
And over here
amigo,
on
mirá
the
vos
short
qué
side,
sal, boludo.
Woody's gonna lock in a double. There we go.
Qué sal, amigo. Bien de GT.
Really good
2 para 3,
forward.
dale.
And DGT's thrown into
3
this
para
corner.
1.
This cursed AK is gonna get cut
Bueno,
down.
MIBR se pone arriba.
The light of day again,
You know,
some say.
yeah, the penny has to drop.
Cerrá la
down,
boca,
right?
gordo.
That's like the third time. that
¡La
they've
boca,
walked
pelotudo!
from Keystone to divider with no contact, and then suddenly there's 4 CTs there. And they're wondering, how the hell are we double trading and still getting double peaked? And that is because exactly what you said, the short control, this early info, and the ways they've had it are nice, right? They've had jump spots from B, from X.
No, Ence le ganó 16-6 a Virtus Pro, amigos, se lo follaron.
That round they flash peeked the tunnel from the B bomb site. Yeah, it's very
No, Ence va a murfear, olvidate.
yeah, they should know what's going on. They've already started with a 3B lean. And things are looking a lot better.
Ahora me dicen que le suba el volumen, pero boludo, me dicen una cosa, después la otra.
Lucan off the angle at the
Bien,
wrong
dejé.
time, but DGT does recover. Flash goes over the top, and unfortunately not enough to help Cello out. 4 on 5, and this is all 90 ever wanted.
No, mira cómo le saltó el mouse.
I don't know, but he will die.
DGT's having such a weird round. It's like he's doing everything. And he was never the guy destined to do everything here, but he's the one with the double to his name. Out in mid, Rox is here alone, and there is this double long lean for MIBR. Still pretty dedicated over towards A, considering the amount of contact that's been found over at B. And eventually, these long players might kind of feel the urge to get involved. They're going to hold their ground for now. I mean, you've been patient so far. You know, why start getting aggressive in this moment?
Yeah, just wait to group again. We've talked about how many rounds they've been so split on these commits, although they might get caught in transition. Knife out. Oh, there was a charge!
Yeah, Luca!
Absolute balls up for Woody. Exit will kill Rox, but he's just given them a path into the A-bomb site. That molly signals it. He's got to go back and kill DGT. Now he's given a chance here at a 1v1 against a low player, and if he gets his kill, suddenly the retake is on.
This could be huge. No one's looking at it. He's slipped the net. He's hit this timing. He's found the gap. And if he plays Trigger Discipline, oh, if he
No,
plays
me la
Trigger
conté.
Discipline,
Mira lo que nos
he's
hace
got the
este
round in
pibe,
the palm of
amigo.
his hands, maybe. Oh, looking for a second. Looking for that second man, and there it is! Double for Jota! And DGT's so far removed over here at long. The bomb's not even really planted for him. He'd have to play into the bathroom, so that's the round. He's running in, gonna try get past Exit, but he can't. Jota and Exit have just torn this round away from 9Z. That was so ballsy, man. Jota recognizes the space he's got, the gap that he's found, the gap that they didn't think was open. And he's able to create a fifth out of nowhere.
And it looks like
Amigo, era un
DGT's
3v2,
baiting, but
boludo.
really, he's doing all he can, which is try and contain Exit. They know they have him trapped in toilets. They're holding him from Divider side with the AWP. DGT's hoping Exit is going to rotate. Not only is that sick from the flank on Jota, but Exit to hold his position in toilets for so long when he knows that they know is commendable. Because he never gives DGT a way or a world back into that 1v2 clutch. MIBR, they sneak around through. Definitely seemed like 9Z just completely discounted the con flank in that round, expecting a CT rotate up, but
No, que
yeah, even so, really nice play out of Jota, who takes so long with that trigger discipline.
El que puso GG lo voy a banear porque me madea el triple, boludo. Chau.
Yeah, no, man, dude, like that was the one way you could have done it. Like, it was just by not taking the one while you had it. It would never have been enough, and that's kind of how you had to feel in a situation like that. So he gets so much value out of that one timing that's hit. For 9Z, that's going to be devastating. And it's moments like this where you would love to have a coach to try and, you know, keep the nerves in check, to not let little rounds like that sail by. That really should have been yours get to you, but they're not in that position. So 9Z coming in with another investment once again. You know, no AWP in sight. Lucan finds himself back on the AK.
Encima estaba cantado ese, boludo.
Luckily enough, they don't have a counterpart on the other side, fielding one, so MIBR, you know, meeting them in the middle with 5 rifles. David making this run happen up through middle. Took a bit of damage from the molly before the smoke goes in, so that throws off your mental timing by like maybe half a second. Still not going to get any sort of advantage out of it. They've taken mid away at least. Looking to work this control now. MIBR, heavy lent down lower early on. Once again with the goal of taking short away. And this time 9Z don't fight them for it.
Oh yeah, look how many resources they're dedicating to clearing connector. In the meantime, for the first time, 9Z could have actually walked into A. It was open. It was only Cello on long, but it's not worked for them in the past. They won't go back to it. And they clear connector, but that's just time wasted for no kills. They do now have that short control, something that 9Z haven't really been able to sit back on in these 5-on-5s. Good grenade. They're going to drop away. DGT gets his kill. Out Monster trading.
Bueno, 4x4.
Opener. Still another Monster player, and with con cleared, they can pick either bomb site right now. I'll go back up. Bomb retrieved rather from spawn, and Cello still
Vamos a ir
alone
A,
on
me
the bomb
parece. Tenemos
site.
30 segundos.
Consider both sides of this A hit. It will be long and
Tenemos que
short
ir A.
at the same time. Again, 25 seconds. Another contact
Vamos,
play,
ejecutará.
and 9-0 about to explode.
Yeah, MIBR just deep peak monster. They didn't see anything, so now they're scrambling bodies up. Cello just needs to hold the line.
Bien.
That was the chance. The flash was meant to set him up. Exit doing everything he can, has dropped the bomb and bought even more time for these rotations. They do get the plant in, but it's over at truck. I've seen so many of these rounds get a little bit weird, get a little bit wild. 9Z have got to play within the bomb site. Can't go toilet, you'd be too far away. I've seen so many defusers get stuck in situations like this. So they need to maintain this site control, and that's what they're doing right now. Playing within the realm, they were Max with the flank. Has netted the frag to Jota, tap on the bomb. There's a peek, and Max runs them down. So finally, 9Z able to break this 5-round streak that MIBR embarked upon.
Vamos, Maxi, carajo.
They come in with their first since the pistol and those conversions.
Yeah, very, very scary. But I like how slow they take it, right? Like, the mid-rounding's a lot better. You know, they get to 40 seconds.
Lo que están spameando, que hijos de puta, boludo. Invoco el poder de Zac, amigo. Ay, Dios, si tuviera Zac, amigo, la concha de la madre.
Woody now on the AWP. Lucan won't have his. Shallow speaking of the mid-smoke. There he's popping out party. Hello, free B, headshot, and he disappears as well.
Gordo Cello, boludo.
There's the AWP firing off, and MIBR start this round very strong. They're going to have to regroup for just a full B hit early as well. It's all they've got. They've seen it.
Esos early picks que sacan, boludo.
Worst case, it's standard.
Te sacan 2 pibes a los 10 segundos de ronda, boludo.
For right now, it's only 2 CTs here. There's a chance. Turtle's in a great off angle for a free kill. He will be blinded, should be traded. And there it is. Jota just trying to buy time, sees it to commit, and gets back to the safety.
Yeah, just sound decision making here out of Jota, right? Never offering himself up for the pick, buying time for his teammates to rotate in. It's grinded 9Z down. They would have loved a chance at dealing with both the B players. And I mean, now it's just Rocks. He's got 50 seconds in a 1v4. Might just have to bow out of the round, really. Not really a lot to go on here. He's trapped, boxed in, and Cello is there to close it. So MIBR, they get knocked off the horse, but they get right back on.
Bueno, hay que hacer eco ahora.
Not going to let that one round
media compra alcanza. Uy, Tech9, qué lindo sería una rusheadita. Una rusheadita B.
No, it doesn't. He repels the long take. And that's like a whole new kettle of fish now for 9Z. That's a whole new problem to worry about. Something that they haven't really had to be too concerned with in this game so far.
Especially considering how many of these A plays have been contact, no flashes, walking around corners, gambling on the fact that MIBR are playing 4B, and they have been. And so that's given 9Z so much room. But now
Free Zac con CK pone.
A lot more methodical. You've got to announce your areas that you're taking just to avoid just getting free kills by this orb. Out monster, good flashback though. Lucan sets him up. Double entry off the Tech9.
Vamos!
Caught in the air. It's exit back in safety. CT gets one, but at what cost? A 2-on-4 and a retake round with the orb. You don't want to give it to your opponent. You might have no choice but to save. Exit doesn't like that odd. He's going to try and throw himself in, but I feel like these crossfires should be enough. However, he's
Cállate, Felipe, que la mufás.
Yeah, still, it's a long way to go before you can even consider winning this round. You know, Exit is the only guy with any skin in the game right now. Woody is just planning to save. Essentially, he's here to support Exit in case he somehow makes this look doable. And he is making it look somewhat doable, but there's the swing.
Y se va a guardar la P. Bien, vamos, vamos, vamos.
9Z, they come in with that fifth. Super awkward as well.
Bien, carajo.
Tried to rotate down and help
Linda,
out.
linda, carajo.
Little flash in.
Ecoed, Ecoed. Ecoed. Vamos, viejo, vamos.
Flash assists from that one, and you could see the effect of it. It felt like they turned from 9Z's flashes into their teammates, and the whole round kind of spirals out of control on the back of it.
Dale, guacho, dale.
That's a nice confidence boost round for 9Z, honestly. You know, I haven't really been able to strike up many successes since the pistol and the conversion. So you squeak past, you know, a little partial investment like that.
Free Zac, SAC pone.
What it does to the confidence in the team.
into
¿Qué?
another 4B stack as well, which is
Pero vos, mirá, te vas hasta la cama, boludo. ¿Cómo querés que te salude?
That spam is lovely. It forces the boost to
¿Cómo?
deconstruct. As you know, even Jota knows he's
Sentate,
been
vení.
tagged. He's been heard by anyone in connector. Cello reloads great.
Ay, cruzado ahí. No, mirá dónde cayó la Molly. Cayó re mal, amigo. Bien, Rox, bien, volvé, bien. Dejales liga, dejales liga. Bueno, cantado dos ligas, cantado dos ligas.
Spam could be good. DGT trying to cover. Turtle just pushed. He doesn't know. He's turned the wrong way. Exit
Mirá
trades
vos
that
cómo
kill.
comieron todos
This
ahí,
is a
boludo.
mess. The MIBR coming in with
Nah,
the goods.
¿qué
And it
pasó,
might just
amigo?
be
¿Qué fue
great.
ese round?
David in a 1v3.
Estaban todos en
Gonna go
el
back
medio
to
del
the
mapa.
bomb.
Había
Heard
dos
about
ligas,
Valor, but where he goes
uno
from
cemento,
is that
dos
he's
cemento,
pushed.
uno agua, dos ligas. ¿Qué es esto, hermano? Nadie cubrió fondo, nadie cubrió baño. ¿Qué onda con Vita, amigo? ¿Sabe todo lo que vamos a hacer, boludo?
I mean, dude, these short takes, with how many resources MIBR put into them, it is just a mammoth task to try and fight against that. And I mean, David, you know, up against the Goliath here, 1v3. Clutch of biblical proportions going to be needed out of the guy as he slips his way into the B site. But he's given all the room. They're trying to dupe him, right? Give him like a false sense of security. Oh, I actually have the plant here. Well, yeah, you do, but it's by design. Everyone is still nearby to get involved. Still, there's the first for David. He's not ready for the monster flank, and that will lock it in. Cello there to deliver the goods. MIBR getting loud, getting hyped. They're feeling the momentum just coursing through their veins on this one. And any time 9Z might put a round on the board, there is a response immediately out of MIBR.
They have a lot of depth. That's what we're seeing right now on the CT side. They've had a lot of different setups. They've, you know, not been. It would be easy to be caught by, especially these A-walks that 9Z keep getting so much room up toilets until the
Frisak con Q.
And MIBR have never had the info, but they've still managed to just piece together.
Una más, hay que sacar una más, hay que sacar una más.
Really nice crossfires, bait and switches, divider players unchecked. And yeah, I love that hunt for Cello.
Es casi como si hubiera sido coach de 9Z. ¿Te parece que no?
The last place, David's going to go is back down the ladder. He has to pick a bomb site. And so it's a perfect flank. A timing that was not considered. Maybe another B pop. It worked well last time. The flashes were really good.
Está flotando Maxi.
But mostly 9Zs, and in they come. Rox is laying up a heaven smoke on the fly.
MIBR don't really have the manpower to put a stop to this. Like, it's gonna reside a lot on just Turtle having a phenomenal round. Like, they've similar to how those kind of 4 spies went in the second round of this game. They've just said, like, Turtle, you're pretty much solely responsible for B. You got one guy this time to just lend a bit of a helping hand in Jota, but Turtle's the only guy actually keeping the real estate locked down.
They did a heaven smoke to try and bait Util out, but now it's a commit. A re-smoke in heaven against from spawn. MIBR started to work it out. They started to rotate down.
Did the smoke miss?
Oh, it certainly could have.
Oh,
Yes, it did. Big open chasm for this orb to fire back. Molly's land, but Turtle's shot will drop the bomb first. That's confirmation.
Bien.
DGT with an entry. Playing smoke. Nice shot for David. Removes that orb out of upper. Turtle, this smoke is fading, and so is his window to perform. He
Bien.
can't get any more than one.
Bien.
The lineup for Jota, but the trades are good. When 90 get in,
Cantado.
they are methodical. They clear everything. They don't plant too soon. And a
Vamos!
it's never meant to be as 90 find a 6th. They are keeping us on our toes just when you think MIBR are ready to close out this half. 90 come back in with a response. It's back and forth right now.
Vamos, choque. Dale, viejo, dale, que estamos jugando un Major, loco. Estamos jugando un Major, boludo. Dale, viejo. Un puto Major estamos jugando, hermano.
90 win it, really. Like, they shouldn't have, and a lot of it comes down to just DGT and David landing some phenomenal shots on the Heaven players, making a bad situation look favorable. But the fact that Heaven smoke missed the second time around after landing the first is just a huge problem area. I think it's very.
Están escribiendo Zack mal a propósito para madearme. SAQ ponen, por ejemplo. Me remadean, boludo. Te queda re chiquita. Tan chiquita tengo la cabeza, a ver.
He's even run dry for MIBR now. 9Z suddenly in a position where he wants to win the half out. Like if they win this round up against the Force, they're basically up against this investment, but again in the next one. And so at that point, you know, you'd be
Están en eco. Hay que jugarla tranquilos y bien. Ah, forzaron.
Yeah, they won the pistol. Yeah,
Ah, van a por todo.
Then they had a 5-round silence, you know, just a
¿Qué hace
5-round
Woody?
break.
¿Qué hace Madera?
And then it just kept getting little one-and-done rounds here and there. This would actually be a really nice way to cement the half.
Nice flash, forces the shot out of Woody. They now know a scout is long, but this was always a fake out. 9Z know
No, stackearon B.
into this half, and it
Tengo
has been
miedo.
these BX. It was all started by that tech.
Ah, stackearon B.
They're going to go back to it. It's 4B, and MIBR screaming confidence with this buy. Could have played for rifles in the last. No, they want pistol armor here and now. They've got to put them to use, put them to work. Close clear for DGT. Tries to transfer. He knows Jota's on the site, who just gets out. Tag on the way down. His teammate turning around from the flash. Nice shot for Jota, but is it enough? A 3-on-4 with a trade coming
Bien.
clean and
Vamos. Vamos, Rox.
Round 7 for 9Z at the end. And like
Vamos, viejo, dale que están en eco, vamos.
back for MIBR, it's not going to be pretty, and it might even just be an 8-round T side. Damn good considering how this game started.
Yeah, dude, the thing that really surprises me is that MIBR moved away from, like in these last few rounds, it all started by going back to like the quad, triple A lean with like Jota supporting somewhat down towards B, but leaving a lot of it on Turtle. And then, you know, again, in like the force by there, they put very little attention down towards that B side till later on. It's a little bit weird because it feels like the 9Z game plan centered a lot, you know, around... like the big gap was that 9Z weren't taking the short control.
They haven't even been doing so in the last couple. They've just been popping Monster. I mean, it works, right? At the end of the day, the results speak for themselves. But transfer, baby!
¡Ay, no! Era hermoso.
98, not quite there.
¿Qué hace Turtle, boludo?
But 90 just
Turtle. Uy, tiene una Wild Lily re fachera. Sí, Roxera.
Queda J, no debía.
Pushing the monster smoke.
Quedan los dos más
After
malos
that
de
smoke
mierda.
fades, he's gonna go
No, no bardes a los rivales.
for
¡Malo!
another nice easy round out of 9Z. All set
Jota,
by
con 2 de vida y
David.
esa deal.
Jota hit whatever
Los
deals
guantes
you
de
want.
¡Jota!
Jota, que lo busca.
¡Jota!
De gente que lo ve, lo va a faquear, no. Ay, Jota.
Considering it.
¡No! ¡No! ¡Hijo de puta!
Yeah, you might not be able to win the round.
Qué disrespecta, amigo. Qué disrespecta este pibe.
Takes one to the spinal column. There we go.
Se ríe
Still,
encima.
it's 9Z winning out the half, right? Something ludicrous would have to
Hey,
happen.
Luke está re mal, ¿viste la cara que tiene?
Kill, that's just unheard of. It doesn't happen. It doesn't happen. So on this swing, oh! Jota with a third! Oh my goodness. No, it's got to stop soon, right? He's got himself an AWP to play with. Weapon of choice of a man with no health.
Guárdense, guárdense.
Through the bathrooms, they're just going to swing it together. They're counting it down. They're waiting for contact to get made. There's the swing. He's still alive. They can't seem to kill him. This guy just won't go down. But time's already too far gone. Jota might have set us up, he might have teased us, but there's no win in this one. There's the swing to close, and 9Z 8-7. They do win out that first half of play after all.
¿Qué disrespectea este pibe? ¿Qué faquea, boludo?
For the attempt for the knife into the one digging an AWP. Very flashy round, but man, 9Z who started, you know, they had the pistol conversion, but like you said, that big chasm around, so MIBR was just...
Ay, David, si metía el último transfer, era ya una...
El pelotudo ese no faqueaba, no mataba a Luke en el one tap.
Once they stopped playing monster setups, they started losing rounds, because 9Z was just using, you know,
Fue linda bala
close
igual.
flashes on monster, and just running out with 4 or 5 players. So nice T-side at the end of things for 9Z. Going to be very happy with that. MIBR have got to do them one better. 9Z now favored on those odds, was not the case coming into the series. Roxy's got the kit smoke. Woody with the nades, and that is all we'll see.
Al principio del partido era al revés.
Heavy mid setup, 4 players here. Bomb's a little late.
Sí, es una banda.
Ganar
Ganar el lado TT ya es una banda.
Corren, como corren los pelotuditos de
Oh, he's getting pressured. Yeah, you got one opportunity to decide stay or fight, fight or flight, and he will back up into the truck now. No choice. He's got to be up close.
Ooh.
USP double.
Mad Max!
It's a nice opener. He's done his job. The rest of the gang are all rotating in, but they're getting churned up. The Glocks doing a lot of damage. A 3-on-3. And MIBR are out like a light. They leave.
Sí,
they fall back. The footsteps heard by Lucan is already headed down lower. But MIBR are just going to pump the brakes. There's no rush now. The longer you wait, the more stale, the more useless this information becomes that everyone was spotted over at A. And so a recommit back into the A bomb site is probably the most likely, and I would argue maybe the best option, the best call here.
Yeah, Turtle's waiting for a T-spawn flank. You know, Cello's considering they could already be up long. You never know. And like you said, the longer they wait, the more 9C just have to sit back and maybe doubt themselves again. Even turning this from a 3-on-3 into a 3-on-2 is great for MIBR. And David's so low, so we've got to play this headshot angle. Could even get wallbanged on his exit as well. Oh, Woody does get pushed by Max on the site, who is looking to put up the ace right now. Cello's trying to run him down. He's been heard. Max taking the peek. Cello needs just one bullet on that back player, and now maybe a headshot to close the round.
Ay, no tiene balas.
Cello running him down. He's onto the knife. Oh, it's not what he wanted. No bullets left. And Cello plays him like a fiddle. 8 rounds to MIBR and 4 from him in the pistol. I love the recommit. Did Max use every bullet in his gun? I wouldn't be surprised if that was the case. He was really begging for the please.
Yeah, dude, he was hoping Cello would have honor, you know.
No, not at this stage. Not with his skin in the game.
No, exactly right. Time and a place to honor the knife fight, and 0-1 at the major is not the time nor the place. Woo! Dude, he's getting so animated. He's knocking the camera around. Not a care in the world. All he's focused on is the game right now. This comeback that MIBR found themselves having a launch, which is a kind of surprising statement to even make, really. It feels like they won that first half. No, they did not.
Max has heard him.
He's good with the pistols, though. Don't underestimate this Deagle. Oh, it's clean.
Anymore,
the
Max.
First. Come on, give us another. He didn't quite spot him getting out to it. Come on! The shot makes it look easy.
Mad Max!
Damn time. Cello's gone. And now Lucan down here in Con is Deagle. Can't quite find the same success as Max's.
4-3.
Still the advantage.
El arma de liga la podemos agarrar. Ah, no.
Juggle some guns out. Upgrade your weaponry. Max is already back in the bomb site. Turtle could activate at a moment's notice.
Ay, Dios. Me voy a desmayar, boludo, te juro.
He's not going to go in. He'll play on the outside. This is lovely. Just
Sí, Maxi, sí, Maxi.
Tuck in by bench. Did they hear him? Doesn't seem like it. Walk around
Sí,
and
Maxi.
even force the fight. Back turn.
Mad Max!
4 kills off the Deagle. He just does not stop.
Motherfucking Mad Max!
That is lovely. Man, this guy's pistols, you know, you cannot take it away from there. Are so clean. USP, Deagle, it's all the same to this guy. Look at him.
Look at this.
His turn, look. Whoa!
Come.
It just dawned on him like he could feel it
you know
in his
what?
bones.
I think he's behind me. Watch this.
Te perdiste una ronda, amigo.
Okay, I mean, this is poised 90 perfectly. They lost the pistol.
Juega con... Decimos un sponsor más liqueado. Juega con...
No tan liqueado.
Rabbit. Rabbit.
Podrías mostrar la presentación que hicimos.
Rabbit. No, la tiene que postear en 9Z.
No, pero del 1 al 10, ¿qué tan buena es?
La presentación es un 10, pero doy un cringe de la Rabbit. Rabbit. ¿Es la gorra? ¿Me la saco?
No,
es la gorra.
No es la gorra, si con la gorra ganamos la ronda.
No la tenía puesta, me la puse recién.
Ganamos la ronda con la gorra.
Mira, me la saqué y Luke mató.
No, es la
Era la gorra, boludo. La gorra de Twitch. Che, falta Twitch, sponsoreando 9Z. Está durmiendo Twitch, amigo. Violeta, Twitch. Mi plataforma favorita. Laburo para ellos hace 6 años.
¿Cómo dirías? Twitch. Sí, para Twitch, para Animo, para...
Oh, there we go. You gotta commit. Too much time just doing WS, E.
Che, para que están con tech, tengo miedo. Bueno, hay uno solo con tech.
Max is here though. Will the Deagle be his friend or foe? He's the one to force the fight yet again, but he will die to a pistol. However, that's info on the bomb.
Yeah, it's a good spot with very little time left. You know, the options are limited for MIBR. They lob this util in towards A. This is where Woody already having short is massive, though. Are they going to check for rocks?
Ay, si se
Right
infiltra
now,
este.
he's in a position that can just win the entire damn thing. He could steal this one away. Doesn't matter if his teammates are
It's
dying.
sold.
If he stops that bomb getting planted, that's the round. Everyone else just needs to live now. Don't die.
Bien.
That's all you're saying.
Bien,
And
bien.
with that 9Z,
Hola, malo.
convert, they're able to get it over the line.
Yeah.
One frag decides it all, and 9Z are up on a double digit.
la
Like you said,
gorra.
that's short control.
Grab
That
it!
round, but if anything, you know, while they faked out A and they forced rotates, leaving just one man at B, that entry for Woody only sells MIBR down the river. They think, yeah, we got the kill.
Y mínimo nos divertimos, amigos. Si la pasamos como el RMR nos va a dar un paro cardíaco, amigo. Grab it!
The one guy without a rifle does save the day for 9D.
Vale, que están en eco, por
Forced
favor.
to save a gun they didn't want. Exit with the hero M4 gets through the Molotov.
Vale, me hizo daño el adepto, amigo. Les cayó en los pies a todos. Me está jodiendo.
All of it spearheaded. It's going to screen out Max, who is just not.
Ah,
loose,
y el
not
timing,
let
Maxi.
go of the aggression.
Yeah, he's been letting loose.
Sorry,
He's
yeah,
been doing
he
that
has been
part.
letting loose. Wide open. Any more?
Ay, lo vio. Uf, le metió head, amigo.
It's going to force a bit of respect out of Max. He's called for help, called for support.
Ay, no lo vio, Rox.
Oh, figure it out. There we go. He's seen him.
Volvé, Rox, volvé. Bien. Ah, era Luken. MP9, yo veo Rox, boludo. Veo una MP9 y para mí es Rox siempre.
He's done his part in the round. It shouldn't get out of hand. Although Exit has now dropped an
Trepado,
AWS
tranca.
over in the bathrooms. You could look to go and get that.
Go the safe way.
So now they're armed. Now they're dangerous. And in a 2-on-3
Ay,
like
qué miedo,
this,
amigo.
can't put anything past them.
Oh, don't jump the gun. Lindsay are getting curious for him.
Ok, tienen 2 M4, ¿eh?
He almost walked back up the stairs.
Grab it.
Waiting arms of MIBR. Now, there's a timing he can hit in about 2 seconds if he goes. Now no one's looking. They don't have the manpower to watch the flank. They've just got to walk into the site. David, oh, there's the drop onto Jota. It's just exit. He can go back, but that will lose him the chance to win the round. Take the kill.
Bien!
But even then, David
Grab it!
puts up 11 for 90 on this season.
Grab it!
To think that this is all off the back of the deco. MIBR are going to have to pause before the next gun round, because even this buy won't be pretty. Exit was forced to send.
¿Qué haces, Bit? ¿Qué vas a pedir pausa? ¿Qué les vas a decir? ¿De qué color es mi calzoncillo? ¿Eso les vas a decir?
Very good spot right now.
Yeah, no,
Ah.
it's been really nice.
¿Y qué escondes?
to see
A ver,
as
¿qué estás
well.
haciendo?
Like, you know, DGT was very much the guy to keep an eye on. Very much the one keeping them in that team.
Ay, amigo, mira cómo me quedó el dedo.
As the game's gone on, if they've kind of soldiered through,
Oh, maricón,
got
hermano,
this
me volaste el dedo, me lo dejaste
activation
todo
coming
deforme.
online, Max had a great pitch,
¿Qué
did a
estás
great
haciendo?
follow-up with the
Rabbit!
in what was a force buy round that they won, and you're starting to get this ensemble around DGT, which is a real sight to behold. On the
Deja de
other side
filmarme,
of things,
flaco.
MIBR, this is
Bueno,
where
anda para
I
allá.
wanna see some more of these rounds of the guys that exit
Fuerza
Jota,
peli,
who had
dice.
great starts, and Jota at that moment. 1v4, where
¿Por
he
qué están de
tried to
moda
squash
los memes con
away,
enanos, boludo?
gets the knife, gets one, can't go any further than
A ver
that,
si me
but,
pongo de moda yo entonces, boludo.
you know, he's definitely
Grab it.
had a good feel for the game. I think MIBR had a lot of
CDGT.
successes earlier on. Now that they've been posed questions, now that they're kind of having a bit of a stumble, this is where you really see if they've got what it takes to rebuild back into this game.
Yeah, depth test. MIBR go as far as the eye can see, or will it be 9Z? Close this out cleanly. Mid smoke, gonna get them out. Fear of the orb as Lucan farm. Then MP9 last round. They hear that ping from Max very close, but they would rather clear connector, make sure their back is not taken.
Somos
by
4B.
9Z. It's not yet. It's still stacked 4 on lower, but that won't be forever. As Con gets cleared, 9Z know the protocol in place.
No,
and
si
now
vuelven para.
MIBR are taking middle now. And the has not been controlled, so they can confidently leave Lucan down lower.
A un K del millón, viene ahí, guacho, denme follow, dale, cópense, loco, quiero llegar al millón, llevo 5 años esperando el millón, viejo. Condenado para el millón. ¿Correrán para B último momento? No, 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 esto es A, esto es A, esto es A. Sí, esto es A, esto es A.
Moving out with the swing, spots that first man, but they're already moving into the site. They're way deeper than 9Z were ready for, and now getting out on the long side.
Bien, Maxi, se infiltró. Listo, no planta, no planta. Tiempo, 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 tiempo. Mira dónde planta, amigo. ¿Qué pasó, amigo? ¿Cómo plantó ahí? No lo puedo creer. No lo puedo creer, amigo. No lo puedo fucking believe it. Y nos quedamos en eco casi. No lo puedo fucking believe it, amigo. ¿Cómo sacaron esa ronda, amigo?
Lucan is left saving. He's repeating that role from the first half. It was him who held the AK in back-to-back rounds, now having to save the AWP. At least it's his weapon of choice. It's a big ticket item. But that one sails on by 9Z. They had victory in their hands. It was right there. And Turtle steals it all away.
Eso es todo lo que están bancando, loco. La verdad se lo aprecia el aguante. Siguen tirándole buenas vibras a los chicos. Se lo remerecen. No saben lo difícil que es estar acá, lejos de la familia, si bien está cumpliendo su sueño. Muchos tienen un montón de cosas que están dejando de lado para estar acá y la están rompiendo. Y nada, me emociono al hablar porque... nada, pues se merece todo el apoyo bueno y no malas energías, loco. Dejen de hitear y tiren siempre la buena. Nos amo, gracias. Frankkaster es el tono.
Mirá, amigo, mirá. ¿Qué pasó acá? Quiero ver qué pasó, no entiendo. Mató a Maxi. Y ahora... Ah, se abrió Rox. Igual no abrimos más. Quiere dejarlo prender y postplan, boludo. 4v3. Estamos bien parados.
Lucan with a solo AWP now, surrounded by pistols. Certainly winnable round, right? Especially if that AWP is retrievable, jugglerable. Over to other players. Triple boost on short. I mean, Lucan is watching short right now, but that's about to be clear. He needs to turn back monster side, and that's where Jota sits. Oh, they seem convinced that B is free. And while they're mostly right, Jota is just playing a game of timings. Out Monster, walking in. Oh, the spot comes through, though. That will keep players down on lower. Meanwhile, while MIBR are taking heavy mid.
I'm just looking at Max here, and I'm looking at the position he's in con, right? And I'm thinking, like, this guy with a pistol in an advanced position, somewhere that maybe they're not ready for. Jota's coming back to keep an eye on it. This is something that Max is going to be cognizant of, right? You just saw him outside of Monster. He's scared of that. Lucan with the big ticket item is gone. The AWP removed, and it's irretrievable. There's no getting that back if you're 9Z. And even though Max has found this timing for the backstab, at best, he's going to get one out of this. At best. He will get rid of Jota. His teammates are all swept aside inside of the site, and he's gone as well.
Yeah. Lucan pushed out with the AWP there. I'm not a fan. I'd love him to play the bomb site, play a position where he can die and it can get picked up, it can get reused, right? The desperation for info is there. But the entire time, Max is going, yo, I've heard Jota run middle. It is an A play.
Es el segundo match, chicos. El primero fue a la mañana contra Ense, que nos ganó.
Not only gives them the pick that accelerates the pace, meaning Max's flank is pointless, but then also gives an AWP away.
Estamos en CT, chicos, vamos a jugarla tranquilo.
Give it a go. That eco, as it should be, gets taken out by MIBR. But there was a way.
Hermoso.
Max has had
muy agresivo, Max.
He's really taking fights on his own terms now. I'm not playing with timings
tiene toda la info, no pasó nadie para partir. Es Liga B. Tiene toda la info.
And he's been able to secure this early 5-on-4 for 9Z. MIBR now feel pretty restricted as well. When you see someone running the gun like that in middle, you get paranoid. How far did they commit with that? Are they trying to move in on this backstab? So you got to go all the way back. You got to clear all these angles, and I mean all of them. Like, you're paranoid that he's still floating around park, or stuck over at long maybe. There's a lot that you're going to have to clear before you can even embark on this default. So that's what they're doing right now. MIBR.
Igual rota rápido, el 9 de GT. Si no rota ahora.
Jota again entrusted with this lurk.
Ah, pero estamos todos pegados a Liga.
Walk up the long side rather.
Oh, that flash almost kept DGT on B. He will go up A, and that's so important because if you look at the minimap, you see the one gap in this round is where MIBR are. The one bit of darkness. 3 up long with the bomb. Jota's late. And Max is again flanked up the con ladder. It's all down to DGT. He's in the bomb site. He just needs to kill and to give it up. Oh my god. Has a couple of chances, but won't commit.
Bueno, plantaron gratis,
boludo,
no lo puedo creer.
Because the flank is still on play. Jota gets caught between two, and that's
Están
a lovely
rodeados ya.
backstab for Max. Frustrating to lose to that. 10 seconds. CT plant has to come in because they know mid's been taken. This is not the plant you want. This is not the situation you want.
Bien.
Smoke spammed on the bomb. No time.
Bien.
Curtin's dead.
¡Vamos, viejo, vamos!
Beautiful for 9Z.
Rabbit!
The double flank through connector, and then the hand that's forced into the worst possible plant there for MIBR. 9Z come to play.
Yeah, this is super exciting, man. It really is. Like,
Rabbit!
I think MIBR as well. Like, think about how this all started. Right? They were ready to open this one. They went on that 5-round streak. They were getting all the short control CT half. There was a lot of stuff going unpunished, but it feels like 9Z have risen to the occasion, right? And it feels like it's all spurred on by the man at the helm.
Rabbit en el chat. Se la están reviviendo. Pero pendejo, hijo de puta. Estamos jugando un Major, flaco. No sé. No, bueno, sí, a la mierda, chao, baneado. La concha de tu madre, sí. Me chupe la pija, ¿cómo no me la voy a vivir, boludo? Toda mi vida esperé este momento.
He just feels like he's got a great read on the game right now.
Rabbit.
And this is all happening while Lucan's having like a pretty rough day with the AWP. Like, he's been very unimpactful in this game so far.
Has he had an AWP kill in the second half?
None spring to mind.
No. It's not been a game of AWPs, which is kind of a surprise considering.
No.
Hello, boom. Get out of my room.
Nos conoce Beat, nos conoce, amigo, nos conoce Beat. Nos conoce Beat, amigo. Hubo 2 años con nosotros, sabe todo lo que hacemos en todos los mapas.
9Z are only going to keep a stack after losing a player to multiple nades. And so again, the gap is here, but Max, the gap filler, squirt him in the skirting boards. He'll fix your leak.
He will, man. It's true. I don't know. He's just having such a good day in the office. Like, he's the one over here inside of long. The one guy kind of remotely close to influencing this A play. And yet I still have faith that he might be able to do something here if these last few rounds are anything to go by.
Bueno.
Even a kill going untraded would be reason enough to consider giving this one a go. And he's trying to thread the needle, grouping back through the toilets, moving on up. Will he check? No, walks out, back turn. Finally, exit will go back and lock that frag. And it got worrying for a moment there, but luckily enough, doesn't get 4x3. He's all well and good. Flicks back round and gets it under control. So MIBR, they're going to respond to 9Z's flawless round with one of their own.
Yeah, pretty rough spot for Max. He had the flank time. He was trying to trigger discipline behind the entirety of MIBR. But nice insurance policy. And exit being there has got to be because of Max, because of the con flanks we've seen from Spawn. The con rotates up to middle as well. You know, MIBR, know what he's up to. His little tricks on this CT side. But that's a flawless rifle round and avoiding the stack again. MIBR keeping this one competitive. 9Z can't drop the ball. And part of the worry is because so many of these rounds have come from hero plays, often one man with all the info or you know, all the kills, all the glory. It's hard to keep that consistent. We need everyone else to stay together as well. And that's why, you know, the AWP 7 and 12 hasn't really mattered, but there will be rounds, there will be moments where Lucan has to perform. And the
última pausa que puede usar Beat.
Ready.
Yeah, and you know, it's one of these things where like it hasn't, exactly as you were saying, it hasn't mattered so far, but
última pausa de
time where it does, you better answer the call, right? And it's like, if you don't, no one cares if you win the one round that you have to win that wins you the game, right? You can write that off as just a quiet...
Sanita Retreje, mira, baneó uno, razón, y puso un link de print screen. Tipo, deja la prueba de por qué lo banea.
Yeah, Luke,
Muy vivido, un capo, Sanita. ¿Ves, Modlas?
As well, and it's not like this is versus some, top tier EU team that's meant to be smashing him out or nullifying the orb. No, it's versus someone there's a great deal of familiarity with, if anything. And so I was expecting a lot more out of this orb.
Rabbit!
He hasn't had a mid spawn yet. He's just kind of getting middle pack spawns. He had a B spawn this round. He wanted to play A. So it's not like he's really been given the chance to
No, mi corazón no puede más, amigo.
MIBR have been fast on their mid takes. Mollies have often been respected or only have one player go through. Again, Max up in the front line, forcing fights, dropping nades, breaking hearts. But not for long. He'll go back to the bomb site. They show that they started middle, but will retreat back to safety.
Una Neon Rider con 4 sticker box. ¿Qué hago?
Out of MIBR. It's all the benefit of playing mid with none of the risk. You still get to hold.
Para que no se paren atrás de cosas de pilar, de árbol.
You make MIBR announce their presence here as they take control. Where'd they go?
Dude, they're all right there.
They
are peeking him eventually, and he doesn't want to hang around and fight that. Can't say I blame the guy. There's a lot of bodies on the other side of that pixel gap. Lucan, if there ever was around, step up with this AWP. It's now MIBR. Moving on in. They flashed a lot of these angles so far to try and nullify the AWP. And they're going to have one prep to launch this A play. It goes in now, trying to nullify this AWP, and he's caught crossing back. That is a lovely opener out of Jota. Double kill to crack open this A bomb site, and MIBR, they have just run over 9Z in this round. DGT is still trying to hold on, but he's fighting from CT spawn. Like, he's had to drop on down and just get out of there. And so that will be a save for 9Z, an equalizer for MIBR, and it's Jota, stepping up in spades to make it happen.
For sure, but that's the exact round we talk about, Harry. As you said, no one cares about the rounds that you win. It's more, it can come down to the rounds that you lose. And Jota's so aware of Max there because he gets the freebie onto Lucan, right? Why is Lucan so open to long? It's got to be because he believes he's covered. Lucan was full blind, but what's his spot? Where's he playing? Didn't play dice, didn't play truck, didn't back up bank and let Max work the long position, just swung out into the open. It's getting really awkward. And some rounds getting kind of thrown to the wayside here by 9Z, right as crunch time hits, right as MIBR wake up. And Max kind of gets sold there.
Yeah, it is so painful that, ultimately, as you say, that's kind of what leads to Max getting checked. It's like, oh, you thought long was clear. Why do you think that?
Rough, man. It's rough. And yeah, get him off the orb. I mean, no money. Back to a rifle. Max in connector. Here they come. No backing out this time, buddy.
He's got to fight for it. Fight he shall. Good for the one and done. Spam as well, even tagging up exit even lower. Jota playing around this short smoke. Can't underestimate it, right? They're going to boost up and over, try to get an eyeball on connector, try to spot what MIBR are doing here. And if exit does try to come back down those stairs, ooh, he's not going to like it. He's not going to like it right now. Kind of tapered. Oh, he's just dismantled the boost. And exit wasn't moving anyway. He's holding connector. The rest of MIBR setting up for the play in towards B. Util now reigns over. Things get very hot indeed for 9Z. They're sweating right now as this exec looks to come in, looks to go over. The flash has slowed it down for a moment, but this second of pause, this might actually slow the rotations for 9Z. They've still got a triple lean down on lower. Lucan's committed over on A. He's going to have to rotate Con. So these B players need to trade this out, need to try and leave him in a doable clutch. Might not happen as Jota and Turtle get a kill apiece. DGT's smoked off in heaven. Lucan has arrived with a kill on this wrap round, right? Dealing with exit, who was late out through connector. It's not going to give 9Z a reason to believe.
They've got the kill, quick pick, but Woody's hit the headshot on the lip of the side. The wrap round for Turtle is the last thing DGT's expecting. In fact, it's a double wrap. Crunch wrap supreme. Lunch is served. Turtle flashed in, won't even make that
No tiene
play
kit.
happen, and DGT has started to piece it together. The penny is dropped. He knows there's no one in the bomb site. This is worst case scenario. Kit retrieved, but the round lost to the time, and he just wants to get out with a gun or a kill. Either would do. They are looking for neither instead. Woody's chasing him through Monster, and what a hunt to close the round. MIBR, not just rounds, not just momentum, but money as well. They've got it all as they take the lead
Una
back
pausa, por
finally.
favor.
This was an 8-7 half for 9Z with the force buy, with a boatload of rounds off the back of it. And MIBR are still in the lead.
Yeah, very impressive, the resilience out of the MIBR guys to stay afloat in this one, especially when, like, you know, these T-sides, one of the hardest things is, like, can't you feel like you're running into a brick wall, you know, like we sometimes see, you just kind of run out of ideas eventually, nothing's working. Oh, the nades in mid are nice.
Oh,
why would I say that?
¿Qué?
He did hit their teammate, so...
Matamos a nuestro compañero, ¿qué pasó?
Not ideal, and Luke is now dead on B, so it's quickly, you know, amounting to not much here for 9Z. MIBR looking for another flawless round if they can get away with it. Like they need any more money at this point.
Yeah, can't really save much here. They are flying up.
Amigo, qué karma, amigo. Estamos sin coach contra un coach que conoce todo de nosotros, amigo. Es un karma increíble, amigo. Ya está. Mal ahí, boludo.
He's going to leave a mark. 2 on 5 and saving sweet nothings. As MIBR find 14 into this really final gun round.
No, la gorra no cambia.
In this follow-up round, if they want the orb, Rocks can drop it.
I really want to see 9Z try to go for some MIBR-esque short control. Yeah. I think it would do them a world of good, right? It feels like ever since they employed that boost, they've been scared to challenge early over towards B, right? Where they get nade stacked out of the round, they go a man down early, and since then they've been in like this downward spiral. The A aggression out of Max has been nice, but it's starting to get to the point where MIBR have like wizened up to it now, right? And he's kind of struggling to find that same level of impact as he was early on.
I mean, this is a great, just to butt in, first pause in round 27. That screams, you know, no Zach, right? That is part of the problem that we obviously know for 9Z coming into this game.
Dude, if the pause is the smoke rollout.
I had this. We had this on Vertigo in a pause. Someone dropped a smoke. It rolled off the map, and we couldn't get it.
Now, luckily enough, it's got a bit of an angle on it. Look at the curvature on that one. It stopped right at dice. Wonder if that was a lineup.
Is anyone going to get it? He's looking for it. He's lost it. He couldn't find it, Harry.
Vamos, guacho, hay que darlo vuelta, boludo. Hay que darlo vuelta.
He went back. Woo. Second time's a charm. Max in middle. Man of the map for 9Z, but it might not matter if MIBR get these last couple. Orp in middle covering. Max fighting for the playground, but there's many men.
And I mean, as has often been the case, like he needs to win this and either get out after one or multi-kill before he's traded. It's a lot of damage, and he will just try to slip out of there. Lucas coming in to help. Max not doing it. There's one, but he's dead.
¡No!
Re-aggroing.
¡No puede ser, boludo!
Help out, trying to help Max.
Oh, B reset is so nice from MIBR. This is a fantastic call to make immediately. No hesitation. They're running 5 towards the monster side. Rocks may have short and a bit of early info, but if MIBR commit instantly, if they don't hesitate, if they run an exec, they win the round and probably the map.
They're going to slow it down. They're not looking to get ahead of themselves here. And I mean, as you kind of pointed out, this has given time for 9Z to re-aggro over on A to reclaim the info. Here's the push out. That flash is good, but no one fires on them. Then they do. Okay, now they know it's the B play. That's all well and good. Little info flash. Rocks is ready. Holding the line.
Sí, David.
Even helping. He's dropped the bomb.
Sí, David, carajo!
It's all on Cello now. 1v2. Bomb at his feet, but he's got very little time. Not many chances either. They do concede the site for now. They give him a bit of room, but DGT's got util out on the short side. Oh, that spot in the CT is not all it's cracked up to be, because as the nade goes in, Cello's blowing out the water. So
ay, David, cómo nos salvó el orto, David, amigo. Cómo nos salvó el orto, David, amigo. Vamos, 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 vamos.
in a 3-on-4. They still win that out, and it's Rox and David with this quickly assembled, this quickly put together B-site hold.
Yeah, that info flash is everything there just to get the guarantee to keep your 2 players there. Obviously, MIBR don't know how open that B site was, but they caused such a panic rotation.
Energía positiva, gente, energía positiva, energía positiva. Otra no queda.
So, you know, you can't blame them for doing their due diligence.
Lo
Hello,
escuchó,
Max.
sí,
What are you doing?
escuchó.
They've heard you. He's all the way through. They're going to flash peek him, but he's ready.
Bien!
He mauls them. 2 kills.
El choto!
And the upgrade for Max. They knew it was coming. They heard every single step. It doesn't stop him.
He's going.
He
He's still here. He's still here.
He wants more.
This is insane, man.
What a beast.
Oh right.
Qué grano en el orto que es Maxujas, amigo, es un grano en el culo en Overpass.
Getting called off early. Flash over. Max might have been blinded by it, but they've given him time to readjust, and just as the flashbang leaves his eyelids, he's removed by Jotas.
Igual nadie fue a apoyarlo con una flash, nada, están todos metidos atrás en B, boludo, todavía.
You've reclaimed. You made sure that Turtle and Cello's death weren't entirely in vain, and a 3-on-4 now for MIBR to try and navigate. Still, it's cost a lot of time. It's cost a lot of resources chasing down this 1 kill in middle. And it's left them with 35 seconds here. At 14-13, a man down. Enough util on 1 man, or just, I guess 2 players to throw in a bit of an exec with the smoke on Woody as well.
Creo que van a guardar, eh.
It's not going to be easy. That much is certain.
They're saving Harry. They are done. They are not doing it. It is over. It is 14.
Mad Max!
And this save was a necessity to allow for the full buy in the final.
Bien, viejo, bien.
Especially to get this AWP in play. Wow. 9Z have done it. Max has done it on his own with another mid push. That flash, by the way, did absolutely nothing.
Vamos.
Did not stop Max for a second. They really rushed or jumped the gun on that one to try and hunt him down, but MPR is so good up close and they don't clear the corner. 9Z, they got to keep believing. Max is dragging them there.
Me estresa mucho esto, amigo, me estresa mucho, boludo.
I further around to where Lucan isn't actually with him. I know it kind of goes against Counter-Strike 101, but it's like they're just on different ways.
No paro de chivar, amigo, le estoy pasando re mal.
Lucan's having a bit of a rough time, so maybe just let the guy hold an angle. You know, whenever he gets tethered to the wild Max that's just like going for it, I'm like, mate, why are you doing this to him? What's Lucan done to deserve this?
Strapped in for the wild ride.
Now over here in Con. Once again, right place, maybe right time. Looking to get out of there. Lucan's here to support this double.
Vamos, Luca, vamos, por favor.
Torn apart last time. Max this time gets the info and just tells them to get the hell out of there. We're not fighting for it on this occasion. So you know, finally, they actually take middle, like, you know, and without losing anyone or having like some early fight go down, they've actually got this control pretty cleanly. All it took was a smoke and a flash to make it happen.
Yeah, it's the fear of 14, right? It's the respect from both sides. No one wanting to make that mistake. I like the default leaving Jota in short cubby as well towards get right. They can go back to B later in the round. But they don't want to leave it too late, Harry, because often these rounds for MIBR on the T side have come down to the final few seconds, 40 of them left up. Max goes for it, no flash, and Max is a dead man. The AWP for Woody has stepped up massively in this round just by getting rid of the one guy who's caused every single problem, won every single round. Jota's left B, it's an A hit.
Yeah, rotation's coming in, right? You've at least got David making his way up as well, so you can have this triple lean here early. Lucan. We said it so many times, if he can step up, if he can do something in this round. DTT stealing all the glory right now, in for a penny, out with the round. He's holding himself a double. Now him and Lucan both dead. It's trying to fill the hole. There's 8 seconds, you need the kill, you need the plot. One or the other, and Turtle gets the first. No! Little time left, and 1v2 goes his way. And MIBR up onto 15.
How does he win it? How does he win it? There's 3 seconds left. All you gotta do is hide. Hands off the keyboard, tab out. Blue screen, anything's better than that. He tries to trade the kill and it costs him the round, maybe even the map, Harry. Oh my goodness, what a sick clutch. 4, 3, 2, and he swings. Seconds to spare. but it's Turtle with a round.
Dude,
this is it.
Considering for Turtle, like, so much of his game in that first half was just being entrusted with the
Ahora sí me rompí el dedo.
always kind of soloing B in those rounds. It's kind of poetic that he's the guy to then win this impossible 1v2, like an even more impossible task than pushing away some of these B offensives we had in the first. He's able to close that out, doesn't even break a sweat, but the moment he does, you saw how energized he got, you saw how invigorated all of MIBR looked.
Yeah, this is a two-team tech timeout. This is 9Z smashing keyboards to bit. This is MIBR smashing holes in tables out of glee. Around was done. The multi-kill.
No podía plantar, estaba ganado.
Truck. What a nice try. He did so much, but it's the closing kill that matters the most. And it goes for MIBR. I mean, 9Z shouldn't have even had a foot in the door in that round after Max goes 4 and 5 down, but the fact that they even make it theirs, or, well, should have been theirs, commendable, but it will be forgotten if MIBR find this one more round.
Look at the A stream up there.
Beating.
Vitality. Taking down Australia 16-8. That's kind of interesting, isn't it?
All right.
We've got ourselves a full 30-rounder, so I want to focus on the here and the now. 9Z, okay, look at what they're fielding. Orp in Lucan's hands, like, mate, it's been a very quiet game. In that hit there, he looked so flustered. He looked so confused as to what was happening. Just feels like he's in his own head a bit, like he couldn't dedicate to an angle. This is now like the last chance you're going to have to make amends, to turn it all around, to save the day, to set up 9Z to go to overtime. Still have a chance.
Podemos ir al lote.
Or else it's all in vain. Jota's already opened up on the DGT. Lucan with a swing. Jota and Turtle, man, these two have just been such a driving force for MIBR. Jota's the man to break the silence in round 30 first. Now they pull everyone down towards B on the MIBR side of things. 9Z, they've only got a double hold here.
Perfect way to close the map, to close the series, to kick 9Z while they're down, send them 0-2.
It's Rox and David, though. This was the same duo that undid that last, you know, 4-man push into the B side. This was the same two that tore through it. Can they replicate that? Can they do it again? Jota out wide. Cello's here to help him. And they're churning through 9Z. Only Max left standing, and it's an impossible task.
No, amigo, perdimos, no lo puedo creer.
16-14, get it over the line. And man, they owe so much to that clutch from Turtle. It spurs them on to go on to win it in the full 30 rounds. They're now 1-1, and for 9Z, it's devastation. They had that game at certain points. They had chances to close it out, but it just eludes them. It sails by, and they're now down 0-2.
Yeah, Major Max, man of the map for his side at least, but it will not be remembered, Harry. It is the MIBR show. That was the better team. They came out on top to close with some incredible clutch rounds. The AWP contest certainly came down to Woody's favor. Lucan, a really rough map, and the worst of times to have a rough map. We already talked.
Chorar, muito errado você tá. A partir desse momento a cena é toda dela. Foi pra noite, perdeu a linha, banqueira de carteirinha e tudo.